Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very special one because we are celebrating World Hijab Day with the rest of the world. And I brought on a few special guests. And the thing that makes them so special, apart from the fact that they all don hijab, is that these women are business women. And I am here today to celebrate World Hijab Day with them and also to share with you all their businesses, their endeavors, the fact that they are entrepreneurs who have been very successful. It brings me great honor and great joy to introduce them to you. So first we have Miss Janin Croswell, I'm so sorry about that, with A Queen's Essentials. So with A Queen's Essentials, she says, I am a woman who dreams of owning a boutique that caters to all women. I want you to feel like a queen. Next, we have Jahan, the owner of Nurhan.co, the best place for accessories, masks, and t-shirts, and so much more. And I want to add, if you want to boost your confidence and self-esteem, then don Nur Jahan's shades, jewelry, and accessories, and you will be doing just that. Next, we have Sophia with Chef Phia's Kitchen. If you want to find the way to someone's heart, it's more than likely through delicious cuisine, not to mention the decadent desserts. Chef Phia's Kitchen is where imagination meets irresistible homemade tastes and beautiful creations. So ladies, I'd love to welcome you. We are going to celebrate World Hijab Day together and let everyone know that the hijab goes far beyond just some fabric on your head or some oppression story or just a person who was told to wear it and they don't understand why. Today we are going into what is behind all of this, the brains, the masterminds, how you came up with your businesses and being an entrepreneur and everything that you've had to face in order to get to where you are, and you never compromised by taking off that hijab. How is it that the hijab empowered you or made you feel confident enough to still walk in your light and go forth being an entrepreneur and starting your business? Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Waalaikumsalam.
So because I have Janin on the list first here, or you're showing up first, I'd like to ask you just if you can tell us a bit about A Queen's Essentials. I understand you sell hijabs and jewelry. A Muslim lady is always recognized by her hijab, and you seem to sell that item in particular. What made you want to go into that line of business?
Okay, well, I would say that my mother was my inspiration because when I was younger, my mother would, she had like a little boutique that she would run sometimes out of like her companions' homes.
Mm-hmm.
So she would buy hijabs, makeup, jewelry, and things like that. And then she would have, she would set up right in her friend's house and then invite all the ladies. And they would all come and then they would like look at the things and purchase the things. And one thing that always struck me was like the smiles on their faces, come in and buy something nice for themselves. And that's something that I wanted to do. For me, wearing a hijab, I looked at as my crown, and I raised my daughter the same way. Like our hijab is our crown, it's a crown that Allah has given to Muslim women.
Oh.
And I was telling her that, you know, all throughout the centuries, you know, religious women always covered their heads. Christian women covered their heads, Jewish women covered their heads. But in the day and age in which we live, we're basically the only women that still cover our heads. For like in the majority, like you still have Christians and you still have Jews that do still cover their heads. But whereas it used to be larger numbers of women, the numbers have come down. But as in Islam, we still continue to cover our heads. So when I wear my hijab and I try to raise my daughter the same way, we wear it with pride. This is your crown. Wear your crown on your head so that everyone know that, you know, you're a woman that's to be respected. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I'm out and about in the world, that's how I'm treated. I get, when I'm walking or wherever I'm at, people just automatically open doors for me. Sometimes if I'm like walking down the sidewalk, I'll have men either like cross over to the other side or step into the street when I'm passing.
So
So I get a sense of
essentially,
pride.
you are treated like a queen, and that kind of
Absolutely. Yes.
encompasses your whole name, a queen's essentials.
A Queen's Essentials, exactly. That's what I would like. I want women to remember that we are queens and we carry ourselves as such, and that we're treated as such, inshallah.
Right, and that brings me to Jahan with Norhan.co. The accessories that you sell can boost anyone's self-esteem. I mean, you will feel so just really good about yourself. I was going to say regal, but anything that you put on, the jewelry, the shades, the sunglasses, the mask. I have one of the masks, and it just builds your confidence without saying much. You just feel really good. So Jahan, what inspired you to want to boost women's self-esteem without necessarily doing, conforming to, the social media takes over nowadays, and all the crazy challenges that are out there, the hashtags. You chose to do something that actually lifts a woman's confidence instead of degrading or lowering, because like I just mentioned, we know about a lot of the hashtags that go viral.
Yes.
This would not be something that is expected to go viral, but you still took it on and you pursued it, and you're very successful with it. What inspired you? What made you think, what, this is something I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with it despite what the social norms are that's going on today?
Yes. So I've always wanted to be a business owner or whatnot. And it took forever for me to get started because I wasn't sure how to find my niche. Like you said, there's a lot of things trending or whatnot, and the most popular things are kind of outside of our traditional norms or morals and values or whatnot. So I wanted my business to reflect the woman that I am, and I'm a sassy and self-assured individual. I really wanted my business to reflect how I view Muslim women. So from the name Norhan, it's so similar to my name, but it means shining light or whatnot. So I wanted I wanted to advertise things that would make women walk away feeling radiant and just amazing. And it's the little things that count. For example, one of my signature items that I sell is a initial necklace or whatnot. And it's a hit. I did not think that it would sell the way it does, but it's actually reflected in my logo. If you guys can see that a little bit. But it was a hit, and it's really the little things that count, and never underestimate whether or not never conform to what everyone else is doing, and don't underestimate your ideas because they will take off.
Nice. Very,
I
nice.
agree.
And that actually brings me over to Chef Phia or Sophia. It makes me wonder, in a time where fast food is flourishing, buildings are popping up everywhere. I mean, there's a Grubhub, like there's so many different convenient ways to get food, right? And you took on this task of opening your own, I want to say restaurant or food truck, however it goes. And you took on the task of building your own empire, so to speak, and cooking this food yourself. And you know what I mean? Everything that you had to go through in order to make this a blooming business. Because I know one thing that is expected of women, whether you are a wife or just born a female, is that you're going to know how to cook. You're going to know how to, and personally, I can say I didn't always know how to cook, okay? It took me, I won't even tell you how old I was, okay? But that is not a path that I could see myself going down, because honestly, I eat to live. What in the world made you or gave you that confidence? You know you're going to have to cross paths with people. The hijab never crossed your mind, or did it cross your mind? Like, will I be faced with challenges? Will I run my customers away if they see me donning this thing? Or how did it start for you, or what gave you the confidence to do it?
So growing up, I've always had people look at me and say, are you hot? Or, they feel like you're oppressed. They feel like you're being held back in life. They feel like people are forcing you to do things and that you're just not allowed to stand on your own. Well, I've had a lot of people telling me that, no, you cannot do this. And, that in one gave me a challenge to show people that, yes, we can. and it doesn't hold us back. Kind of like what Janine was saying, when we walk around, a lot of people are, they hold doors open for us. They treat us like queens. I've never, in the time that I've worn my scarf, had anyone disrespect me in a way that made me feel like I was in a like an area I didn't belong in. I've always had that respect. I've always had, felt like, I can do this. So when it came down to Chef Phia's kitchen, the reason why I decided to start that, because yes, there is so many restaurants out there. There's so much competition. I am from New Jersey, and and I'm in Tennessee now. I'm used to food trucks being everywhere. I'm used to diversity. I'm used to seeing the fruit trucks, the cake trucks, steak trucks. Everything is everywhere. But down here in Tennessee, there isn't very much. We have taco trucks, we have maybe ice cream trucks, but we don't have diverse foods. So that gave me, the with that, I was saying, and also because I decided, this is a family thing. I want to do this with my family, and my children and I, when we get in that kitchen, we love to cook, we love to create new things. And yeah, so with the food truck, I just wanted to introduce like diverse foods. So instead of having just cake and ice cream, I wanted to have multiple things, but not just that. I also want to have my family on the road with me to show them that, yes, mother only has 8 children, but we can all do this together. And and become that perfect role model for them, to show them that you don't have to do what everyone around you is doing to become successful. You can find what it is that you love and are great at, and grow from that. So that's kind of what made me start that.
I love it. That's excellent. I love it.
I actually, I want to go back to Jahan real quick and just ask you, once your business started blooming, you realized that, I'm going to come right back to you, Sophia, I'm sorry, but this question just crossed my mind. But once your business started blooming, you realized that you had to go beyond just friends and family. And from my understanding, you have a website?
Yes, I do have a website. One thing I will say, I know sometimes it's portrayed that, the hijab can stop us from being successful or whatnot. But my very first customer was a non-Muslim. And I networked through non-Muslims before I got around to Muslim women. So I do want, for one thing, to be taken away from this, that our hijabs are empowering, and they don't stop anything for any of us. You know? But yeah, I do have the website. What was the other part of your question? I'm sorry.
I was just saying, at which point did you realize, like, okay, I have to build a website? Or when it came to brainstorming, like, how do I reach a bigger audience? What made you realize you needed to have a website or start on social media?
From the beginning, I wanted to start by word of mouth at first, but it was always being in a society where everything is advertised on social media and electronically or whatnot. We don't have, especially after COVID hit, a lot of in-person interaction or whatnot. So my goal was to, my first couple of months, just get known word of mouth, post things on my Instagram. But it was imperative for me to get everything that I had on the website as soon as possible in order to start creating ads on social media, whether it was Pinterest, Instagram, or Facebook. I wanted to do it as soon as possible so I can reach as many people as possible.
And that really, I think that really helped your business bloom as well, because the website draws in customers from everywhere because it's on the internet. Everybody might not find that to be so easy or so smooth. So I'm going to go back to Sophia and mention this. You have a website, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And the steps that you took in order to get there, you had to sort of learn as you were going. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in order to make it easier for other people to build, because not only are you doing this for yourself and your family, you are actually sharing it with others. You are now or currently writing a book, is that correct? On how to start your own business.
Yes, I am.
So do you mind telling us just a bit about what would make you not want to keep that to yourself with so much competition out there? What inspires you to give more?
I've always been a person that loved to help, that loved watching people succeed. Even my enemies, I've always seen that spark of positivity in them. And whatever it is, I've always wanted to help people grow. So when I noticed that, it was endless nights, it took me about 8 days. I started, researching, thinking of different ways to help my children's future become better to where they don't have to struggle as hard as we're struggling. And when I realized that, I started off with, okay, I went and got my LLC, and then I went registered with the state, registered with the city, got my EIN number. After that, I started my website. After that, I just kind of like took every step. I got my business address, business email, business fax. I got my business account and savings account. I got my DUNS number, which what actually inspired me to start with that book is when I got the DUNS number, I wanted to cry because I've seen everybody saying, you will not be able to build business credit until you get your DUNS number because it's not going to report to the credit bureaus, the business credit bureaus. And everybody was saying it's going to take 30 days unless you pay this big fee of $200 or more, especially being a new company. And, I just opened this as an LLC on the 21st of this month. So once I went ahead and applied, it's all about wording. So when I went ahead and applied for the DUNS number, I did notice I applied for it on the 27th at 11:57 p.m. And then when I looked at the website at 2 a.m. on the 29th, my DUNS number was there. And I was like, wow, mashallah, I paid absolutely nothing. So I was like, I have to share this. Like everything literally was falling into place to where I got everything completely set up for funding. And I have 2 investors that I have to check into, but that want to invest. And I did it all within a week. So I said, I want to see other people grow, and I want to see other people get, even if I don't make as much as they do, I know that they can do a lot with this knowledge. And it took me forever to research and study and YouTube, and I just don't want it to be that hard for somebody else. I would like to see someone else build their own empire instead of helping someone else build theirs.
Okay.
That's inspiring.
Awesome.
That is very
Yes, it is.
inspiring. That's very inspiring. And I can't help but to notice you have the hijab that you have on. Is that currently from a Queen's Essentials?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh
I
my
support my
goodness.
sisters.
That is one way to show. That brings us back to a Queen's Essentials. So how does it feel seeing your product on another customer, on another person, on another businesswoman? How does that make you feel?
It is an awesome feeling. It is an awesome feeling. Yes, indeed. Because it's like I've always had, I have been an entrepreneur for probably since I was young. Jahan, remember? I used to sell deadies.
All the time.
I was always selling something to bring some money in. Okay, so I had this dream about over 10 years ago, I want to own a boutique, right? And a few months ago, I was discussing it with my husband. I really would like to get a business started, get something started, get this really take what I had been doing over the years and just kind of put it like in one thing. So seeing my logo and, you know, seeing people like Sophia wearing my hijab, you know, and seeing other people send, you know, messages or posting on their pictures. I just bought this from Clean Essentials, stuff like that. It is an awesome feeling. So I'm like real hyped, and I'm like, I can't wait to actually have a like brick and mortar boutique at some point in the future. But right now, if it's online, that's great, because I've been selling to different people in different states. It's an awesome feeling. It really is.
Online,
I'm sure you know, Jahan.
What you say?
I said, I'm sure you know, Jahan, when you see people wearing your Nurhan product.
Yes, it's very liberating. My first customer, I have to go back to her because again, she wasn't Muslim, and it really did make the mark that I intended for it to make, which was to normalize being a business owner, wearing a hijab. Yeah, I may dress a little bit different from you, but we have one of the shades and we're rocking them beautifully or whatnot.
Absolutely.
So my first customer, when she posted me on her Instagram, I actually cried.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, that's me.
Oh.
That's myself.
Yes,
So
exactly.
nice.
You're like, I did that. I did that.
That's amazing.
It's liberating.
That is so nice. So if you
Yes,
all,
it is.
I'm just going to ask, really just, I want to say one last question. And, you know, of course, anyone just feel free to answer. If you could encourage any ladies out there today who are nervous, they may be Muslim, but they don't wear the hijab because maybe they're nervous, they feel like they won't really fit in society. Sometimes people still live with their parents and their parents don't allow them to wear it. But if you could encourage anyone out there with a few words of wisdom, or just to tell them that it will be okay and it doesn't really hinder you and it's more about your confidence than anything, what would you tell a person who's considering wearing it? Perhaps they're new to Islam, maybe they've been Muslim their whole lives and they're just not comfortable with it. What would you say to encourage someone? And, you know, apart from, you all have just told us success stories about how you all created your businesses and, you know, they're blooming now, alhamdulillah, but you never took off your hijab to do it. You never like whipped it off to go and, you know, shake hands with the person that's signing this contract or that contract and then go back to the car and secretly put it on. So what would you say to a person who is struggling to wear their hijab with confidence and still go about their work life, or still try to pursue this entrepreneurship where they can build their own business? What would you tell a person who's struggling with wearing hijab?
I think I would suggest them to me, it's I don't want to minimize it to an accessory or whatnot, but it's kind of like putting on a trending something that's a fashion. It's a fashion statement that everybody's not on board with. But when you jump on board and with the latest fashion trend that looks kind of funny to other people, you normalize it and you wear it with confidence, and that kind of sells itself in a sense, if that makes sense. I would just say go for it, because people, when they see, people will be more interested in seeing you, your work ethic, your values, instead of focusing on, you know, how she got her hair done, you know?
Right. Anyone else want to add to that? How would you encourage?
I would say that I would say, like, if you look at it like you're wearing a crown, you know what I'm saying? I mean, who doesn't want to wear a crown, you know? So I'm saying, if you look at it as you're wearing this crown, this beautiful crown on your head, it's going to distinguish you from the pack. Because as women, don't we like to, like, we don't want to look like the next chick. right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to be distinguished, whether it's in our dress, whether it's the shoes we wear, the bags we carry, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that we do, you know, we like to, you know, look like our, you know, our own person, right? So wearing a hijab does exactly that. And not only that, it's something that Allah has specifically given to women. He says, wear this, and so that, you know, you will be kind of like, you will stand out, and you will stand out with respect. So wear it with confidence. When you wear it, put it on, hold your head high, and go about in the world, and you will be amazed at how people react. They're like, "Oh, that is so beautiful." Or they're like, "You look so beautiful." I've had people tell me, "You look beautiful in your headscarf. I hope I'm not offending you by saying that." And I'm like, "No, it's fine." So you'll be surprised that if you wear it. Don't wear it like, "Oh my God, somebody's gonna say something to me." No. You wear it, you put it on, you wear it, you walk out there, you hold your head high, you walk around, you wear it with pride, and you carry yourself like you belong. You walk up into the restaurant, the business meeting, wherever you're going, you walk in like you belong, and that's exactly how you're gonna be treated. They're gonna be like, "Oh, how are you doing, miss? And you know, what can I do for you?" You'll be telling you will be surprised. That has always been my experience, and my almost 42 years of living on this earth. I have never been disrespected while wearing my hijab. I always get treated with the utmost respect when I'm out and about in the world. So I'll say, wear it with confidence, wear it like you're wearing a crown, and hold your head high.
Okay.
And me personally, you know, because I've been Muslim, I'm born and raised, but for the first 12 years of my life, I didn't cover properly. You know, I kind of was trying to do what everybody else was doing. I was that scared girl before. I didn't, and a lot of people around me weren't really wanting to do what I was doing. So one day I had a non-Muslim person come up to me, and you know, I was asking them why they wore dresses and stuff, because she wore dresses. And I would say, "Why do you wear dresses?" In my head, I thought she was Muslim and she just didn't put a scarf on. Well, she was a different type of Christian, and she was just telling me about her religion. And it was so interesting. But then when she went and stopped and she said, "Well, what are you?" I looked down at myself and I was like, I have nothing to identify me by. And I did not, yeah. And then in the same breath, I didn't know how to completely explain my religion like that. Like, I've seen it. I've grown up in New Jersey. It's really like there's Muslims everywhere, but it was really hard in the area that I was in to just jump up and start something new, become a better person. Well, when she said that to me, from that day on, I said, I'm going to put on my hijab. I'm going to start covering so people can look at me and they know who I am. They know what I stand for. And not only that, I'm going to also learn. Now, when I first started it, it was not easy. A lot of people around me were, you know, calling me fake. I had a lot of backlash from it. And I did want to quit because even I was only 13 years old. I remember when I decided I'm going to be a better Muslim. I was telling my brother, was playing cards. My brother-in-law said, when I turn 15, my resolution is going to be to start covering. He said, well, do it now, do it now. And back then I was like, all dares go. So I was like, I put it on. And then from that moment on, like, my brother-in-law stopped seeing my hair, my legs, I wear shorts around him, all that stuff. And it was really hard because growing up in a family that's Muslim and non-Muslim, I had a lot of people saying, you know, you don't need to do that and stuff. But when I stuck with it and I realized that, like, it just made me feel so, and I wear it with confidence. Like, people respect what you respect. And after a while, they will, you know, they'll fall in love with the person you are, because they'll realize that you have that self-respect for yourself and that you're trying to become a better person. And in the end, everybody that was around me that was Muslim, mashallah, started actually trying to become a better Muslim. And then after, they would even come to me for advice, and I'd be like, well, I don't know it all, but I've just put on my scarf and I'm trying. They start looking to you for guidance.
It's safe to say that they were drawn to your light.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow.
Those are some very interesting stories. Very, very interesting. And I know, personally, I know some of my viewers may come on here and look and say, okay, well, Shmyla, you're talking to other people about their businesses and their endeavors and them being entrepreneurs. I'm just going to answer y'all real fast. And you know, before you even think it, to say, well, where's your business? this is my business. This is my platform.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So in order to support, in order to support this platform here on YouTube, it would be very kind of you to subscribe, hit like or hit dislike if you're that type of person. The ratings is what the ratings is what pushes the channel out there. Even if you're that type to just type in the name and lurk, so to speak, you know, that still helps the channel. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine too. Either way, just watching the video, it actually does boost my business, which is to give a platform to Muslims, to other people who don't necessarily have a voice. But that is essentially what I am doing here. I did start off with homeschooling, but as my children get older, they don't necessarily want to be on camera as much. So I have to respect that no matter how young they are. I have to respect their wishes as well. So I am trying to expand this channel and bring in more people so that eventually we are all supporting one another. So that being said, I'm just answering your question before you even say, well, you're, you know, on here with other people who are discussing what their businesses are. Where's yours? This is my business. So, so you can, like I said before, just, it would be very kind of you to subscribe. But back to these lovely ladies, I am so grateful and I feel very honored to have spoken with you all on here. Below in the description box and also in the comment section, I will leave all of their information, or if they feel comfortable, they can leave it as well. But I will leave all of their information, their websites. They have absolutely wonderful. I visited Chef Phia's kitchen. I absolutely loved it. Every picture I wanted to order straight away. I wanted to order straight away. I will leave their information below. And if you have a business or if you are interested in coming onto the platform and discussing your business as far as how you got started or where you're at today, or if you have advice for other people, the month of February is World Hijab Day starts on the 1st of February, but we can have another video session. You can just email me. I will leave that information below as well. But if you have a business that you'd like for people to visit, just leave your tag. If you're on Instagram, leave your website if you're there. Just leave it all below in the comment section. Inshallah, people will come and visit your site. But back to these ladies again, I appreciate you all for coming on here. I could not have done this without you. And hopefully this increases your business. May Allah increase your business and bring in your provisions in ways that you couldn't even imagine, in better ways that you could not even imagine. And I really hope that you all enjoyed this interview as much as I enjoyed sitting here listening to your stories. It's enlightening. And I love the fact that you all did it without ever having to remove the hijab, because personally, it is a struggle when you have so many people out there doing so much and it goes trending so fast. And it's like, man, I can't even do that with a hijab on, because there's a certain amount of dignity that you want to reserve in yourself when you wear hijab. You know, you can't be caught doing some of the things, the hashtags that go viral when you have hijab on. And it's not that hijab is hindering you. It's more like a saving grace, because at the same time, you don't really want to be caught on the internet doing some of the things that are trending in hashtags. So either way it goes, you're winning. And I absolutely love it. I love that you all came on today. I love this whole discussion. And if you'd like to add anything, you're more than welcome. Right now is the time. And if not, we can end the session. However it goes, you have the floor. If there's any advice you'd like to give anyone, or just to remind them to visit your sites or anything.
I would like to say thank you for the opportunity. You guys are amazing, doing going for your dreams or whatnot, especially as moms, because I don't have kids, but I see that being a mom, a parent, a wife is a full-time job, and you guys are doing it flawlessly. So that's very admirable. And again, just thank you for the opportunity for and allowing me to come on here. My Instagram is _Shopnurhan, and my website is nurhan.co. And stay tuned, because I have some new things coming in.
All right.
That's great.
I would like to say also, Shamila, thank you so much for inviting me to this platform, this interview. All you ladies are utterly amazing. And I'm saying I get inspiration from all of you. Like if I'm having a bad day, like, I mean, it could be something like I got to take these pictures and post it, or I have to, whatever I have to do is like sometimes I'll just see a status, from Jahan, especially her statuses are always very inspiring. She always has positive quotes. And Phia explaining the whole business process and her just going for her dream and girl, them delicious looking desserts. I can't wait to have one. And Myla, your podcast and your videos, I get inspiration from all of y'all. So keep doing what y'all doing, because you just never know who's out there watching, and they need that inspiration. You could be having a rough day or a rough moment or whatever, and I love it. So with that, I'll just say I hope people will come and visit. I don't have my website. It will be up and running very soon. Mm-hmm. But I have Instagram and I have Facebook. On Instagram, I'm a Queens_essentials. And on Instagram, on Facebook, is a Queens Essentials. Just put it in the search box. Hopefully it should pop up. You see that logo? That's me. So thank you, ladies, once again.
Okay. Phia, you want to read yours?
Yes, I absolutely do want to say shukran for the opportunity. It has been amazing getting to know, everybody, hearing everyone's story, and just listening and then also, just, the video in general, to empower people to realize that you can do it, no matter what, if you're, no matter who you are, no matter who you are, you can do it. Whether you have one child, no children, a lot of children, it's not hard. Just find whatever it is that you're great at, whatever it is that you love, and make it blossom. Like you can do it. I loved hearing everybody's stories. It was really exciting. So shukran for the opportunity. My website is www.chefiaskitchen.com. My Instagram is chefiaskitchen.com. Same thing with my Facebook is chefiaskitchen.com. I hope, and I'm also writing a book. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to present that. It may just be on chefiaskitchen.com, but I'm working on that right now. Hopefully I'll have that all finished in 30 days and I'll be able to announce where that's going to be.
Okay, inshallah. And again, it was such a pleasure working with you ladies today. I absolutely enjoyed this from start to finish. And again, I am grateful that you all joined me today. So until next time, inshallah, do not forget to visit all of their websites. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also please support your hijabi sisters. And we will see you, inshallah, when you visit the websites. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.